Hi again, my name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing my What Sold video. I'm running a little bit behind with videos. We unexpectedly had to go out of town last weekend to attend another funeral, and it's just kind of, my week's been just, it's always the catching up, right? Catching up, trying to get ahead, trying to do this, trying to do that. And in the midst of all of this, I have decided to regain control of my upstairs. So I'm trying to get the eBay stuff out of upstairs. So I'm cleaning out closets and cleaning out cupboards, and we finally got all of the things that needed cleaned or tested that we had on 2 shelves, complete shelves in my kitchen. You know, it was either we got it cleaned or I went ahead and took them and put them in bags and took them up to the road like I normally do when I'm just wanting to get rid of stuff. And those shelves are gone. My kitchen looks so nice, so nice. Still got to clean out cabinets, but that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to just spend more time trying to declutter, and it's just going to make me feel better about not having so much stuff upstairs. Also, you know, down here is a disaster. It's a disaster. I've got stuff everywhere, but that's all right. It's downstairs and it's my organized chaos. What else has been going on? Returns, y'all. Returns are awful. They're awful. It is non-stop. I'll have 3 or 4 outstanding. I'll finally close them out. It's no lie. The same day I get a new one. And then it just seems like I get 3 and 4 at a time. I think I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it was just I told Robert, I've had like, at that point, I had like 50 this year. So I'm more than that now, because I just got another one today, and it's so sad because it was a $130 plush. Changed my mind. Didn't like whatever it was. And that's just so sad, but it is the cost of doing business. We all are going to deal with them, and you know, when you sell a lot like I do, you're going to get a lot of returns. Luckily, for the most part, most of them are changed my mind, didn't fit, didn't like, stuff like that. I don't have too many liar buyers who do the false claims, so that, you know, I guess they are assured that they're going to get free return shipping, but I do free return shipping. So, but I've had a couple of them here recently, and that's just annoying. You know, I've got one right now that's outstanding. It was a jelly cat. Y'all, they're claiming that there was a big old hole down the back seam. Now, there's no way I missed that. There's no way. I show you guys the video, the plush, so my hands are all over them. I take pictures. I would have noticed. So let me tell you, be careful with these returns, because I think some people, unscrupulous buyers, if they've got sewing skills, what's to stop them from opening up a seam, claiming that it's got a hole in it? You know, some people being afraid that they're going to get negative feedback or anything like that, they just go ahead and refund them and say keep it. And then they just have to stitch it right back up. And so I think this one actually, it's about to close if they don't ship it here in the next few days. But I just think some people are going to do that, wait and see if I'm going to give them a partial or a full refund, let them keep the item. And who knows, you know, when the case closes, I may get a negative feedback on it. But I offer free returns, so hopefully eBay will back me up on that. All right, let me go ahead and get this started. This is for last week, Monday through Thursday, the end of October 28th through the 31st. I had 2 pitiful days and 2 pretty good days. So, you know, it's still this up and down, up and down. I just noticed today, I'm rambling. I just noticed today, or maybe it was yesterday, they've changed the messaging on eBay. Now when you go to click on to answer a question, I'm getting this screen that's like text messages, you know, just a whole bunch. And then I have to go sorting down which one have I not looked at yet. And then they're just getting lost because, you know, sometimes you're not ready to go check something that needs to be checked. And I'm not liking some of the changes they're doing. Not at all. But it also tells me they're messing with stuff. So, you know, every fourth quarter. If I went back and looked at my videos from last fourth quarter, I'm probably lamenting the same stuff. Too many returns, too many changes, yada, yada, yada. But let's get to it because I did have some good sales to share. Had a sale on Poshmark, none on Mercari. I'm giving up. Mercari just put out, I guess just got a new CEO. I read some message that was out and it seems like he's going to check about maybe changing the fee structure because my sales have plummeted there. They weren't great, but now they're just awful. But so I didn't have any for Mercari. I did have this sale on Poshmark. It is a Pacific Rim ceramic Halloween house and it sold for $95. Anytime you see these ceramic light up Halloween, even some of the Christmas ones, especially if it's Pacific Rim, I've done very well with them. So $95, and it wasn't big. It was going to fit in just a regular box. All right, and then on Etsy, I sold one of the Snoopy, World of Snoopy figures that I got from my large Snoopy lot. It is the figure from Hawaii, and it sold for $24.95. Walgreens cow bull plush. I like picking up Walgreens, some of the CVS, you know, some of these drugstore Rite Aid when it used to be. I know there's some still in existence, but around here they're all gone. Some of them do really well for me, and I think, yeah, I just listed this one in October, and it sold in October for $22.45. Target pink owlbird plush, been listed almost a year, took a $12 offer on it. All right, this is a viewer sale, so thank you so much, Heather. Heather bought this little Russ Raccoon Friends Forever plush to give to her best friend, and it sold for $6.43. So thanks again, Heather. Sky from Paw Patrol, just a little plush. I actually thought about not even listing it because I just listed it last month also. It just seemed blah, just not anything special, but I've been telling myself I've got it, just go ahead and list it, and it sold very quickly, $8.96. Now this was kind of a surprise. I've picked up some Culver's plush. There's like a ice cream cone. I can't remember what else, but this was the Sunday Turtle, and it was from 2022. It sold almost immediately after I listed it. It had gone on sale, so it sold for my sale price of $22.45. All right, this is a vintage Walmart plush. Love them. Look at those eyes. Just love them. It is a yellow rabbit, and it sold for $25.95. Just say no. Just say no. What's sad is in my pile over here, behind here, I've got another one of these cups sitting in there. I think at some point we picked it up, I think at my little favorite estate sale. Robert grabbed it, and I don't think he realized it was something that I had already said, nix, no more. So I'm probably just going to throw it in the donate. This one took forever, and the 2 cups sold for $11.66. Disney Muppet Babies Fozzie Bear plush sold for $15. Coffee cups. This one is Disney Mickey Mouse, and it sold for $7.28. Cabela's men's denim jeans sold for $17.71. All right, Fisher-Price Little People Christmas Train car lot. It was missing the engine, just selling it as replacements, $9.86. Now this was from my Snoopy lot. It sold same day I listed it. I ended up having 2 stacks of this stationery and envelopes. The box, I think the box said it was supposed to have 16. I ended up with a little over 40 pieces of paper and envelopes, and it sold for $14.95. Disney Minnie Mouse Friends little figures sold for $12.11. These were in my profit piles that I started sorting through. Thank goodness for Google Lens, because I would have never known who they were. And then I realized I had several from the same series. So I love Google Lens. All right, Christmas glass ornaments. Picked these up at an estate sale. I want to say I paid $10 for a box of Christmas ornaments, and then I've been listing and selling them individually. This was the little bear ornament, and it sold for $14.54. Fisher-Price binoculars. I have one here somewhere that's mine. This one was from 1986, and it sold for $11.66. Koala Baby. I tend to pick up most plush that I find from there, from that series. This was a little pink rattle pig, and it sold for $8.05. All right, Limbo Legs, plush from Jack's Pacific. These were a Ben's pickup, so I don't have very much in them, and they sold for $15.26. White House Black Market women's jeans sold for $13 pretty quickly. Now these, when I was finishing up my inventory, I realized that listing had been dropped. I think I'm figuring out, I almost did it again the other day. If you have a multi-quantity listing and somebody buys one of them and then they cancel, or you have to do non-paying bidder on them, eBay doesn't just automatically relist them. You have to go in and manually increase your quantity, and I think sometimes I forget, and probably that's what happened with these, because the other day I had the same thing happen, and somehow it caught my attention that I had to, the person bought one, put in the wrong address. When I canceled the order, they just bought the second one, and then I kept thinking, why do I have a 0 quantity? And I went out just to double check in the bin, and yes, I still had one. So just be careful when you have multi-quantity items. If you have to cancel an order, you need to go in there manually and fix the quantity. Well, nevertheless, this Threshold Wellsbrig blue coffee cup lot sold for $13.45. All right, Animal Alley tan rabbit from 2000 sold for $20.66. Some really nice plush sales. Thomas the Train. This is a wooden Oliver from 2003. As you can see in the pictures, there's lots of paintware. Some figures are just still worth listing individually, and it sold for $15.34. Fisher-Price Little People Nativity. This is the angel and a shepherd holding a little sheep. Look how cute that is. These two sold for $15.25. And then I also sold these little people. I call these the heavies. They're some of the newer ones. These two figures sold for $8.96. This is a nice clothing sale. This is a Woolrich Woolen Mills men's plaid coat, and it sold for a best offer of $65. We've got tons of coats that we have got to get listed, but y'all, it is 74 degrees today in Tennessee in November. It is ridiculously warm. All right, denim skirt, Old Navy, sold for $10.89. Another, this I think sold the day after Halloween or on Halloween. This is Hug and Love pumpkin nylon Halloween basket, sold for $18. I said I was going to keep this, and now I wished I had, but at the time I kept thinking, where am I going to put it upstairs? I had no space, but now I've cleaned off everything and I had a really cute place I could have put it. but I sold it. This is a false graph pie bird. It's like a pie vent. Very interesting thing. And it sold very quickly, $13.45. Bad purchase. Bad purchase. And it took, what, a year, almost a year and a half to sell. This is baby gear unicorns. Just say no to most unicorns. But it was a little plush blanket set. And I finally sold it $13.77. All right. This is another one of those things. We picked up 2 of these. And I parted one out, and they have just taken forever to sell. Not all small appliances are worth parting out. You really, really need to do your research. I've sold a couple of pieces, so I think I ended up just donating the second one that we had. And this is the motor part, and it sold for $12. Thai Pillow Pals. Y'all know I love the Pillow Pals, the Pluffies, and the baby ties. This is Paddles the Platypus, and it sold for $8.96. Here's another one of the World of Snoopy figures from my large Snoopy lot. This one is the Hippie, and it sold for $17.95. This something Robert picked up, I think at an estate sale, maybe the Benz, but it is an NHL Chicago Blackhawks Stanley Cup flag from 2010, sold for $24.26. Highmark Melamine Kids Divided Tray, sold for $13.45. Can high-waisted black skinny jeans, sold for $19.68. And y'all, just as a reminder, I don't do free shipping, so just the prices that I'm telling you that things sold for, the buyer has also paid extra for shipping. This is a Dakin White Bear plush. Again, been listed almost a year. Finally sold for $12. I'm really cutting back on purchasing bears at this point. And this is another thing that I really, really will not pick up like I used to. There's very specific ones that sell very well, but otherwise they are a very slow sell. But this was a snapback vintage hat. It's a Sears authorized contractor, sold for $16.16. Vintage Sears women's quilted robe. I love picking these up, especially when I find them at the bins. This particular one didn't have a size tag, so normally I just put C measurements. I'm not going to try to guess. I just say C measurements, and it took about 6 months to sell, and it sold for $17.71. Folkmanis Koala Bear hand puppet. I just showed this in a recent haul, and it sold very quickly, $16.15. Shopkins. I think I buy bulk lots of stuff, and sometimes there's Shopkins in there's LOL, sometimes there's Dollhouse stuff, but a lot of times, I try to split them out and make small lots. And this was during my, let's list all of my profit pile stuff, and it sold $22.45. I picked 3 of these up at an estate sale. I want to say I paid like a quarter or 50 cents for all of them. I have now sold 2 of them. I have 1 left, and this one sold for $8.05. It's just a little Hallmark nativity lamb. Now, normally, I find this a couple of times a year usually. It is a VTech Scarecrow replacement phone. Usually I find them in purple, but this was a pink one. And it took about 2 months to sell, $16.16. But usually it's like $15, $20 for any of these little Scarecrow phones I find. J. Jill women's pants. These sold for $17.71. House of Lloyd Snuggles Glow Teddy Bear from 1990, sold for $20. This is from the Snoopy lot. He was a different size than some of the smaller little Snoopy figures that I had. So I just decided to list him separately. He was 3.5 inches and he sold in about a month for $7. These are Tupperware little mini square plate lot. There were 7 of them and they sold for $17.95. Spark, Create, Imagine. I love that brand, but the market has just become saturated. Most things are going to be bread and butter. There's probably exceptions. Maybe I'll do a video on, some of the exceptions to be looking for. But this little knit dinosaur sold for $8.96. All right, Boofle. I find different versions of him. He's from American Greetings. This one just happened to have its paper tag. He's just this little knit dog. But I've probably found him a dozen times over the years, and he sells relatively well as far as price. He does take a little while to sell though, and he sold for $22.45. Took a little over a year though. And then my last 2 sales, which were my best sales of the week, and I sold another one of the embalming bottles that we picked up at a yard sale when we were on our way to Missouri. We got waylaid off of the highway and stopped at some yard sales, and I think we ended up picking up 3 of these bottles. 2 of them were really nice with their labels. The other one was just a clear bottle. I've already sold one of the nice ones. This is the second nice one. They are empty. And it sold for its full asking price of $79.95. I think we paid $4 or $5 each for them. And then the Wiggles Brown Dog Plush. I think I picked this up at the Habitat for Humanity store in a town near us. I want to say I paid $5 maybe for him. Less than 10. I'll say 10 or less is what I paid for him. I had never seen one this large. He was from 2003. Usually anything Wiggles that I find does very well for me. And he sold for $89.95. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully I'm going to get back on track. I've had problems with this dental work. It's all better. And then we're traveling again. So hopefully I'm going to get some more videos made up for you guys and start. I need to get another one of my brand videos done also. I had hoped to every 10 days or so get a video out, especially during 4th quarter, and my, best laid plans, right? Just don't happen around here. But I hope you guys are getting your work done. Get listing, do all the things that you can do if your sales aren't as great as they are. And if they are great, you keep doing what you're doing, but do the end and sell similar, send offers, accept offers, and run sales. All right, y'all, get to work. Bye.